got rails all over the place, so you can attach your scopes, any handles, mounts and things like that, flashlights, lasers. Takes the whole lot. And this video is basically here. You've seen the photographs on the website, most likely, and that's what's brought you to this video. But it's mainly fitting is the question we want to answer, really. How do you fit this shroud? It can be fairly complicated, but we'll run you through it step by step, so you can end up with it looking like this. So you've got your standard A5. You need a low profile hopper for this. It won't work with the standard stock hopper. So an X7 low profile hopper, or our budget alternative, which is exactly the same basically. It's got RAP4 written on the side of it. It's got a lid. You can leave this on. First thing we'd say to do is to remove your cyclone feed, which is this main bolt here. So remove that out, place that aside, hold the cyclone and the marker, turn it over. This small pipe here, hold the QEPH and just pull that off. That will then simply come away. As a complete unit, comes away, there's no parts to fall off. Make sure your hose is still intact on here. Like so. Next part of the process is take the Allen key which you're provided within the kit. You've also got a bolt, a nut and a washer. You can leave that one on, just make sure it's tightened up, because you don't want the barrel to come loose when we remove this one. Remove this bolt, set aside, take out the cyclone, set aside, keep that for later. You don't need to put it back in, there's no need to, but make sure you store it safe if you want to convert your kit back again. Take the rear one out here, just loosen it up, there's no need to remove it completely, and just wiggle until this part comes out. Retighten this back up. Right, so now you've got that, you've got no front sight in there. You need to leave this one out, but as I say, that one you can leave it in there still. That's not a problem, you just need to loosen it slightly to remove that. Pop out the very top pin, like so, set aside, and there's your marker. That's stripped down, that is now ready to fit the machine gun shroud too. Just put that there. Now to make this process a lot easier, there are two Allen keys this side. This side, you can see there's a cutaway for the cyclone to fit in, so that helps you know which way round it goes. And you remove these two. So take this one out. Keep these safe, they're little ones, so they can get lost easily. Take that one out. That now comes down like that. Be really careful, it goes a certain way, it's hinged at this point here, but you don't want to put too much stress on it, it just comes away enough. Slide the A5 in. It makes it a lot easier if you help with the weight of the marker by picking it up and standing on its end. What you've got to do is you've got to work, there's a hole here where a bolt goes through. There's also over this way round, there's this here has a push pin put back through it. So you need to align those two parts of the marker. Takes a little bit of working, and there we are, it just basically clips straight in place. Take the push pin which you removed and place that in there. You will need a mallet. These push pins over the last couple of years have got quite stiff anyway, but you've got an extra piece of metal to go through. And just tap that back in, just gently guide it in. That is now secure. Over this side, take the bolt and the washer and the nut that you were supplied with in the kit, feed that into there, take the Allen key that you're provided with and screw it in. Now you need to keep screwing this until you can start to see it come out this side here. You'll be able to see it quite clearly coming through. Make sure it's all lined up correctly. Now as soon as that comes through enough, there's not a lot of room to play with, so as soon as it comes through you need to be getting the washer and the nut fixed onto that part. Easy to lay it flat, stops you losing it. And just place that over there. You can just about keep hold of it with your finger and then just keep screwing this in until they thread on. Do this all the way, it will come out and it will just about touch the other side of the shroud. So the bolt goes all the way through and just touches the shroud. All you need to do is keep that just like that. You don't need to push it, you don't need to force it out or bend this shroud out at all. Just butt it up until it touches. Once that's done, simply put these back up, make sure it's hinged up correctly, and that your barrel's fine there. Put these screws back in. They should go in easily, there's no reason why not. If they're not quite aligning correctly, just pull it back down and then pull that way and push up until, or just wiggle it basically until they're lined up. They will go, they don't need to be forced in, or otherwise you risk cross-threading these. So that's the shroud on. The push pin is back in, the bolt was done, and these two have been done up. Now it's for your cyclone feed. Easy to turn it over this way. Line up the two holes. Put your banjo fitting and the pipe back together. The banjo fitting does rotate and so does the QEPH, so it can be a little bit fiddly. Hold them both together. Take the large bolt. And do it back up. There you have, in about 5 minutes, your machine gun kit for the A5. You can fit your handles, scopes, lasers, whatever you like. You've got tri-rail here and you've got a top rail here, long handle. If you need further help or advice, contact us at info@rap4uk.com or visit www.rap4uk.com.